Good evening, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Peter Osano. We want to speak about relationship campus. Actually, we are with my friend Robert. He's actually going to introduce himself, and there we go. But before we go, please like, subscribe, and enjoy my channel. Thank you. Brother Robert, kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter. I'm Robert Lydon. Today we want to talk about campus life, that is relationship-wise. So you guys, you can relax and get more of our discussion. You can subscribe and like. Thank you.
Now, guys, as you can see, we are here this evening because we want to speak about campus relationship. We actually know that the students right now are really undergoing a lot of stuff, and that's why there are so many cases of cheating in campus. And that's why we really appreciate our boy, the Pluto, and the people like Comrades Flavor and others doing the interview concerning the relationship in campus. Sorry actually that this is coming at this particular time, but we really want to solve things that are taking place in campuses. Now, Brother Robert, what do you think about relationship?
Oh, I think first of all we have to understand what the relationship is. What do we mean by the term relationship? Relationship involves a lot. It is maybe how one person is tied to the other. So that is what we call relationship, but it involves a lot. It's more than what people think. It's more than maybe just meeting today and saying you are in a relationship. You have, the two of you, you have to make a unanimous decision and agreement so that you can come together. So that is basically what a relationship is.
Okay guys, as you can listen to his part of the story, kindly you can also give your comments down there and keep on liking and subscribing. Now, Brother Robert, I really want to ask you another question. How are you willing to work overtime or odd hours? When you are in a relationship.
Well, now this depends on how committed both of you are. You know, most of the time, we think that you may think that you are in a relationship, not knowing that maybe you are dating the other person and the other person is not dating you. So that comes to how committed both of you are. You know, you can assume we have something called the illusion of grandeur. The illusion of grandeur is thinking that you are dating some person and the person is not dating you. So about commitment, it has to involve both of you.
Now, the question was, how are you willing to work overtime or odd hours when you are in a relationship? Actually, how you cope up with the odd times when you are in a relationship?
Yeah, of course, I said earlier that it depends on how connected both of you are. So if both of you are connected.
Now, the next question I want to ask you, just like we were going on, now if it's on your case, tell me about a time when you were forced to make a popular or an unpopular decision.
I think that's a good question. You know, making a popular or unpopular decision means, well, let's start with a popular decision. Popular decision means you and your partner, you have to make a unanimous decision. It must be binding. Both of you must come to a consensus. So that is when you agree, when both of you agree. That means when your partner says what you can what you can morally or you can literally accept and concur to, like your partner wants you to do this. So when you also think it's right for you to do it, that is when you will be forced to make a popular decision. But when you are forced to make an unpopular decision is when, for example, your partner wants you to do something that is maybe contrary to your expectations or contrary to your beliefs, like both of you are not in an agreement. Yeah, you know, this is always there. Your partner wants you to do this and you don't want to do this, so with that you will be forced to make an unpopular decision. Unpopular meaning both of you do not consent to it. Maybe one partner consents to it while the other does not do or does not consent to it. So in that scenario, you are forced to make an unpopular decision. Yeah.
Now the next question that we want to ask is that how do you popularize yourself or your work? Now in this case, for example, you popularize your work like you are in a relationship and you know very well you have a relationship and you have a work. Now how do you manage the fact that you have to popularize your work and you have to manage the relationship issue?
Well, I think you know, that question depends on how you an individual perceives it. You know, for me, I will do this, the other guy will do this. But I think you know, in a relationship, what matters most is you know, you have to embolden your hearts. You know, when I say you have to embolden your hearts, both of you, you know, you maybe and your lady, for example, yeah, to make yourself popular. Maybe you see, this question is kind of maybe how do you win somebody? So to put it otherwise, how do you win somebody? You know, this depends on the personality of a person. Yeah. So for example, for me, I would say maybe you embolden somebody's heart. You maybe, you know, ladies like different things. Maybe somebody likes a guy who is funny. Maybe somebody likes a guy who is romantic. Maybe a lady loves somebody who has money. It depends. So every man knows, you know, this one, there's no specific recipe for winning a lady. You just know how you carry on yourself. You just know how you can approach a lady. You just know. So for example, now we are talking about a relationship. So both of you are in a relationship. How do you embolden? Because you know, you might be in a relationship yourself, and the lady also has another person. So how do you stand out? So that's what matters. Maybe you can be romantic. Maybe you can be kind of funny. Yeah. You can.
Now, what do you think about the relationship in campus?
Well, I think the relationship in campus entails a lot. Nowadays, we have students specifically. They just meet themselves. Maybe they say to themselves, maybe now I see this lady is beautiful. Then they tell the lady, like, you're beautiful, I think we should get together. And they just get together once. Maybe they get to involve in maybe intercourse without considering anything. Later on, they regret their decisions. But I think most of the, you know, it is not bad to date, okay? But what matters most is that you should first take time before you people can maybe engage in an intercourse. You and your partner get to know each other, because there's more to it. It's not just about meeting and then you think both of you can be compatible. Yeah, you have to study about each other. But nowadays, you know, this generation, like, you see somebody, tell them a lady will maybe fall so easily. Maybe you have a little money or something, they just fall. So definitely, for me, I think maybe it is correlated, maybe.
Now, if you can listen very well about the stories that have been coming out of the campus issues, there is this, guys, we want to speak about the actual thing that happened some days back or around a month or 2 months ago. This was about the Muregi confession, and now I'm going to ask my fellow about what he thinks about the Muregi confession. But as we continue, kindly keep on subscribing and liking to my YouTube channel, because this is a platform where we are going to learn much. Now, we are going to continue about the Muregi confession. I know you understand about the Muregi confession, so kindly, what do you think about the story of the Muregi?
Yeah, I think the Muregi confession, for people who might know it, I think it comes at a time that most of us need to learn, need to change, because honestly, from the Muregi confession, we talk about the ladies who lacked guidance. They went, looked for, we can call them, okay, in our language, maybe they call it, we can say wababa. Wababa. So, they went and got the wababa. Then after all, maybe they could get some exchange of cash, maybe for intercourse. They later on went and contracted the virus and became positive. So what we can learn about this is that your life is so much important, and you must be careful about your life, who you spend with. So you should always be aware, be careful, and always be patient. You should always have one partner. If you cannot have one partner, then I would better encourage you to abstain, because your health is your wealth. So you should always make sure that you protect it at any cost. You must protect it every time, all the time.
Now, I think that is for the ladies, and now for the men, guys, men, we are also weak, and like we are speaking about the ladies, we always know that they're the people looking for the men around and have sexual intercourse with them in exchange of money. Now, the campus ladies are prone to this because actually they actually face a lot of pressure from home. No parents sends the money for them, and parents assume like we, the campus students, really struggle to they do not know how we struggle to raise the money to fund our feeding. You actually find that at times they send us 100 bob for a week or 100 bob for 3 days. If you call back home, they will tell you there are a lot of pressure back at home, so we can't really raise the money for you, but now we are going to find the money for you. That is actually the words that we normally get from parents. Now, according to men, I'm going to ask my friend again about what he thinks on the men's side, but actually on my side, I think we really need to focus on the men's side, because we really limit how we really limit how we do talk concerning the boy child. Now, the boy child should also be taken care of. Now, let's listen about this on our friend side.
Well, I think just like the ladies, boy child also undergoes a lot of difficulties that we should not always assume. No, boy child, just like the ladies. I know, for a lady it might be a bit difficult to survive. Maybe if you can't get maybe a little money from home, but as a man, for me, I would advise you, go out of your comfort zone. Explore. You always have the potential. I don't mean that ladies, you don't have the potential. You also have the potential, but as a man, you are created a man. You need to be tough. Yeah, you need to be turgid. Everything. Something that can always motivate you is, as a man, when you have a lady. Yeah, you always have to make sure that you maybe take care of your lady. So it is a motivating factor to even work hard, even if you don't. Yeah, just like I was saying, you know, for a boy child, I was saying you have to be tough. Yeah, you know, like you just need to be tough. Okay, there's a motivating factor. Like, you know, you have a beautiful lady, you have to keep your lady. Okay, so definitely you have to work hard, you have to explore, because I don't think there is any man who will be happy when your lady maybe goes without food, maybe, or goes without the basic needs. Or if not your lady, maybe your family. Let's now talk about family, but we are talking about life, campus life. But campus life, maybe there's a few people who get into family, right? Or maybe there are people who study, but we are not talking about maybe fresh people. We are not talking about those other guys who have families. Yeah, so it's a motivating factor. Yeah, that if you have a lady, maybe you have to keep your lady. I don't mean you have to prove your worth to a lady. No, never. Don't do that. In campus, don't do that. You know, if a lady loves you, you will know that she loves you, and if you love her, she will also know. But always, it is a motivating factor. Nobody wants the person they love to maybe go without food for even a day, even maybe your mom, your dad, or any other person back at home. Yeah, so there is this conundrum that should also men get involved in maybe getting maybe sponsors. In our language you call them maybe sugar mummies. Yeah, I think that is not the right decision to make. There is something called delayed gratification. For men, you always need to maybe focus on yourself, be patient with yourself, you will always get the best lady. Yeah, it's like that.
Now we want to summarize our topic of today, and guys, I really want you to go down to the red button and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Kindly like, comment, and share. Again, men, just like you are told, kindly, you really need to work on yourself, because the community we are living within, they believe that we really have to struggle because we are men. Now, the fact that we are men, we really need to work and toil this land so that we sponsor the people who think that they should opt for sponsor rather than working out for the life. Now, guys, click and share. And as we finish our discussion of today, think about your life and think about campus life. Think about your entire generation and think about everything that we are undergoing now. As we bid to each other, have a nice moment. Now, my brother, it's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, my pleasure.
Thank you. Now, take care, guys.
See you next time.